This question is more towards Representative Smith-Warner. As I understand, you're going to be the one to sponsor and introduce the universal background check bill for guns?
Not quite.
Okay.
Not that quite.
Okay. Well, I have a couple questions specifically regarding that. Senator Przanski and a bunch of other people are always making the case that it's not a registration scheme whenever somebody like Kevin Starrett or someone says, it's just for registration or whatever. So a bunch of people try to discredit that argument there. But you were actually at a meeting a few months ago where the U.S. District Attorney was talking about registration. Another gentleman by the name of Robert Ewell was talking about we need registration. And they were talking about how it's a problem that the Oregon State Police delete the records after 5 days, whereas that's been one of Floyd Przanski's main talking points why they should pass it. They're saying that it's not registration because of that. And then you were there and you were conspiring with Multnomah County Commissioner Judy Shiprack about legislatively changing that administrative rule that the Oregon State Police have. I was just wondering what your thoughts are on this kind of deceptive practice of some people are saying that it's not registration and then other people are planning to change things legally to make it registration in the future after the first thing is passed.
I thought I recognized that camera.
Yeah, you don't need to put your hand in front of my camera, you know.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry.
Yes, oh, I'm sure you are.
My husband. So a couple things. First of all, yes, I am very supportive of the background of expanding background checks to cover all gun sales and purchases. Yeah.
Is anybody aware of how much of a disaster this has been in Washington? Nobody knows how to enforce this thing. The Attorney General does not want to enforce it. The local police don't want to enforce it.
Let her answer. Let her answer.
So that bill is being introduced in the Senate side. So no, I am not the primary sponsor of it. I am an eager supporter of it and look forward to its passage. And I'm very happy and proud about that. The meeting that you were referring to, there's some, and I'm not going to try to clarify it here, but I can say that there has been some miscommunication about the topic that I understood that was focused on is the idea that there are communication issues with at the federal level when someone under current law has a restraining order which involves the judge saying that their weapons should be confiscated while they are under this restraining order, that is where the communication problem is between the federal and the state level. That only federal agents, because it's a federal order, are qualified to confiscate those weapons, and there are only, 12, something like that, very few ATF agents in this state who are then federally able to do this. And that was the conversation that I was a part of. So
I just want to chime in and say how important I think this bill is too. So in the past in Oregon, we have closed the background check loopholes for gun shows and for retailers. And as a result, people who have a criminal history or adjudicated for mental health issues can buy it still through privately from one person to another. And so with this loophole, there's no way to make sure that at least by law we can keep guns out of the hands of people who shouldn't have them. And I know that you brought up Robert Ewell, who was at that meeting, and some of you may know that Robert Ewell lives just a few blocks from here, and his wife Cindy was the one that was killed in the Clackamas-Town shooting. His daughter, Jenna Ewell, has been very involved in this issue too, and they started a group called Gun Owners for Responsible Gun Ownership. And they, like the vast majority of gun owners in Oregon, as elsewhere in the nation, are very supportive of making sure that responsible people have access to guns, but people who should not have guns, and that may include domestic violence, it may include children, but people who should not have access to guns should legally not have access. And so we're going to be.
They're already barred from owning a gun. If someone's a felon, they're already barred from owning a
Okay,
gun.
just to
So
put this to an end, I
sure.
mean, I think all three of us are very strong supporters.
But it's
of this
unenforceable, though. It's unenforceable unless you're going to have a police officer on every corner.
Okay, Kurt,
I'm happy to change the subject.
thank you.
I bet you guys are.
Mostly for Alyssa.
Yeah.